Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Tuesday live show. Today, we are talking about Royal Caribbean. Guys, it is crazy out there. All the changes, the new implementations, and all that other stuff. We're going to talk about it here on the show. Welcome in, everybody. Happy to be here with you guys today on this beautiful Tuesday. How's everybody doing? What are you guys doing? Are you guys getting ready for the new school year to start? Are you guys coming back from work? What are you guys doing today? For those of you that don't put anything on the chat, hello and welcome in. And for those of you that are brand new to the show, my name is Jackie Gonzalez. I am traveling with Tinkerbell, and I'm also an Expedia travel advisor. So hello, everybody. How is everybody doing on this beautiful Tuesday? I'm just happy to be here, guys. I am super excited to be here. I actually got some information from Royal Caribbean, which is the main topic that we're going to talk about today. But I also have some new information about new ships that are coming out in our future. So we're going to talk about that as well here on the show. But yeah, so welcome in. I'm gonna leave a little bit of space so everybody can start coming in while I get all of these things here ready for you guys. Hopefully you guys are having a great Tuesday. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Give me a quick second because I just lost my tab. I had a tab here and I completely lost it. Hello, Miss Katie. How are you? Welcome in. All right, hold on, guys. I had a tab here about all the ships that are coming in. Here we go. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't lose it again for you guys. So sad that those who follow the rules have to suffer due to people who don't follow the rules. You're absolutely right. Katie, you are absolutely 100%. And hello, Miss Margot. Welcome in. Welcome in, Miss Margot. Hello, beautiful. Can't wait to see you soon. But yeah, so let's start talking about the Royal Caribbean. You know, all the big news out there, like all the bigger YouTuber channels have talked about this. I know that Tony from Lali de Loca talked about it on his show yesterday. Being that our show is here on Tuesday, so I saw it when it came in. As soon as it came in, I put it out there to talk about this. Usually, you know, we talk about anything cruising on this channel, whether we're traveling or whatever it is that we're doing. I just want to keep you guys up to date. And when this news broke down, I immediately thought about, okay, so this is going to go one way or another. We're going to start with Royal Caribbean doing this, and possibly Carnival and New Regent and everybody else that has a beverage package is probably going to go the same way. But I agree with Miss Katie when she says, you know, due to the people that actually do these kinds of things, that's the reason why Royal Caribbean is taking the initiative of implementing this new situation with their beverage package. And for those that are here new that have not heard about it, Royal Caribbean closed beverage package loophole. That is the topic for today. And they actually did this in a move to end the popular money-saving workaround because, you know, as you guys know, Royal Caribbean has officially eliminated all personalized exceptions to this beverage package policy starting August 1st of 2025. That is, there is no exceptions to this rule. I do know because I called and I did a few research on this. If you have an exemption, like let's say if you are a person with, you know, they have an that are either part of the AAA, I think it is Alcoholic Anonymous, I think it is, and or have a, you know, medical situations or anything like that, you have to go through the Royal Caribbean. You're going to have to go to special needs form, Royal Caribbean special needs form online. You can find that on Google, and there's going to be a place where you're going to download that information. You're going to put all your information on there, and you're going to request that exemption, and it's up to them to approve it. Welcome in, Harlan. Thank you so much for being here. Let me say hello to everybody. I just started the show and I didn't even say hello to all of you guys. Welcome in, Mama Nancy. Thank you so much for being here. Katie, welcome in. My beautiful Margot. Welcome in, Miss Margot, and welcome in, Mr. Harlan. Thank you guys so much for being here in the show today. So there is still a way of doing it, but either you're going to have to call Royal Caribbean and you're going to have to show proof. You're going to have to send in the special needs form along with that proof. And it's up to them, to be honest, to whether they want to approve it or not. But there is no longer that you go into guest services and you try to say, hey, I can't drink, but such and such do drink. Nope. That is gone completely. So when I was reading the information that came in from Royal Caribbean, it says that for years, the cruise line maintained a rule that all guests of legal drinking age in the same stateroom must purchase the deluxe beverage package. If one person does, but unofficially, some flexibilities were, existed back then. Previously, guests could call customer service and request an exemption, citing personal reasons such as medical conditions, religious beliefs, or a personal drinking preference. Because, there's people, I don't drink alcohol, but there's other people that really do. In response to one guest might be allowed to buy the refreshment package, which is the non-alcoholic, or the soda package rather than a full deluxe package. And, as you guys can see, these exemptions throughout the years were granted by Royal Caribbean. But recently, there's been just an outpouring of these exemptions. And that is what caused this situation to actually, for Royal Caribbean International to actually take a look deep in and really figure out what really is going on. Welcome in, Miss Samara. Thank you so much for being here, my lovely, beautiful queen of Disney. Thank you so much for being here. They might lose money on drinking package. I thought about the same thing, but Miss Nancy, people do buy them. People do buy them all the time. And as a travel advisor, I will say this, as a travel advisor, I talk to hundreds of people in a year, hundreds of people in a year. And I do groups, I do regular bookings, I do family bookings. And there has been instances where I have heard from some of my clients say, well, you know what? This cabin is going to buy the beverage package, and then we're going to share that beverage package amongst everybody else. I don't want to hear stuff like that because that's not my situation, but I have heard it in the conversations, but you don't want to hear that kind of stuff. So it's known, it's out there, people do it all the time. And that's the reason why, because think about it, at the end of the day, really, you're actually getting something for free. Meanwhile, everybody else is paying for that drink package. So is it really, at the end of the day, is it fair? Let's say Margot and I are in a cabin and we're paying $400 out of our drink package. But let's say Harlan is with his wife and he doesn't pay the drink package. And then we give Harlan some drinks and, he's not paying for it. But then let's say Katie and Miss Nancy, on the other hand, pay for their drink package. So is it really, at the end, not only the cruise line is losing a lot of money, but it's also not fair for all of the passengers on the cruise, if you think about it, because then that makes it that everybody else can do it. And this is a topic of conversation when it comes to drink packages that we have had since forever and a day. These exemptions were never granted, right, at one point, but widely known and widely used. That quiet workaround has now been shut down because, Royal Caribbean, they probably know a little bit here and there that they can't, people get away with little things here and there. People get away with a little bit and they knew that, but I guess the situation has become very overwhelming for the company that they really noticed it. So they decided that at the beginning of this month that they will no longer be granting exemptions on our policy that both guests and the stateroom must purchase a deluxe beverage package. Over time, requests for an exemptions have increased, and sharing of the package has continued, which led us to implement the policy change. So this was an actual statement from Royal Caribbean, and this was the reasoning why. So they actually put in actually some questions for you guys. So what does this mean for the guests? That's was one of the questions that was asked. This update will increase costs for many couples or groups who previously relied on the exemption. For instance, on a 7-night cruise, a deluxe beverage package can go anywhere between $50 and $115 per person per day. A refreshment package could go anywhere between $30 and $45 per person per day, or a soda package between $10 and $20 per person per day. If one guest previously substituted the refreshment package instead of the second deluxe package, a couple in one room can actually save as much as $490 on a 7-night trip. So with those savings now off the table, the adult must buy in or go without. So pretty much you're either getting it or you're going without, period. No questions asked. So still want to save on the drinks? Here's how you do it. Fortunately, there's still ways to reduce the drink expenses on board, even without an exemption. Either don't buy the package at all. This is Royal Caribbean. For the light or moderate drinkers, simply pay a la carte. It may result in a lower cost than committing to the full package. My drink package calculator can help you work out whether it makes financial sense to you, the consumer, for the sense of booking the package or pay a la carte. Like in the instance for me, since I don't drink like that, I usually pay a la carte. But if you are a heavy drinker, then you might want to get that drink package. I just need orange juice and cheese. Oh my gosh, Samara. Also, other ways that you can save with Royal Caribbean is booking early or during a sale. Check out the Royal Caribbean. They sometimes have their drink package 50% off. Through more commonly, it should be about 35 to 40, but sometimes they do the 50%. So that's a little bit cheaper for you guys to purchase it if that's the route you want to take. Booking online ahead of your setting is often cheaper than waiting until you get on board, because I think when you get on board, it's probably like $10 more that you're paying. So keep that in mind and watch out for the drink deals, guys. There's always deals out there to be purchased, like Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day weekend, 4th of July, any holiday out there. Royal Caribbeans do put deals out there. So you just got to continue to look until you find like a good deal. And for those of you that are purchasing, like let's say you find a good deal, you purchased it, but then down the road, let's say it went down to 50% and you bought it at 35, then just cancel it and repurchase it. That's all you got to do. You do it all on the app. So as long as you're still within that limited of time, you're able to do it. And also, if you are a person that you're like, okay, you know what, I don't want to drink, then stick with what's free to you guys. Because just because you don't have the drink package, that doesn't mean that they don't have complimentary stuff like the iced tea, the lemonade, the fruit, the fruit flavored water, the morning juices that they give, the regular coffee, the hot teas, the chocolates. They have all of these different freebies for you guys to use. I know that, it's not like a soda or a mocktail or pina colada or anything like that. But at least if you want to save a little bit, then stick to what's free. So, you can also bring your own soft drinks too, up to 12 cans, bottles, or cartons per stateroom on boarding day only. So Royal Caribbean, as you can see, is cracking down on the beverage package, guys, because it was just an abuse what they had. And while it might frustrate some of the loyal cruisers, the cruise line has made it clear the policy is final and no exceptions will be made. Guests are encouraged to plan ahead to consider all available options to stay hydrated and happy without overspending. So now my question to you is, what do you all think about this whole craziness, that just came out in the open for Royal Caribbean? I've always known that when one cruise line does something, the other ones follow suit. So now the question is going to be, whether Carnival, Norwegian, Holland, and all these other people that have drink packages will do the same. Even though that with NCL, they have the more at sea now. And I know with MSC, they have the drinks and the Wi-Fi included. But sometimes you don't want to bundle it all up and you just want to purchase it separately. Just keep in mind that down the road, if one is doing it, more than likely the other ones are going to follow suit on that one because it's going to benefit them. Like, why would they want, this to continue to happen on their ships? Miss Katie says here, Miss Katie says here, I get 5 drinks a day due to loyalty status, but I can use for non-alcoholic drink as well. Yep. This is one good thing about traveling alone. It is, Harlan. It is, and it's not, because you're paying double occupancy unless you're doing an NCL cruise where they have the solos, or let me see, MSC World America has solos now as well, or Royal Caribbean if it has a solo, then you're actually, getting a little bit of more benefit there. But if you go on some of the Royal ships or Celebrity Cruises or Carnival, Holland America, Oceania is coming to Tampa, guys. If you want to try Oceania, they're coming to Tampa. So all of these don't have like solo cabins, and you're paying double occupancy. So really, you're not saving a whole lot when you're paying double occupancy. But yeah, that was another news that we got this week. The Oceania Cruises is coming to Tampa. So if that's something that you're interested, because this is going to be a new ship here in Tampa Bay. So let me know, and I'll be more than happy to provide you some information on there. I did find going, out of Royal Caribbean for a little bit. I'm going to give you some information. They're having actually some new ships that are coming to the fleets. And I was looking at this information, and the cruise lines, have ordered new ships. So we're going to go down the list of all the cruise lines that have ordered some ships, so that I can give you this information for you guys if you follow kind of like the new ships out there. So Carnival Cruise Line sales, Carnival Cruise Line currently sails with 29 ships and have 5 more on the horizon. Among most anticipated of their largest ship ever, part of the, hold on, let me move this to the side. There we go. Part of the new Project ACE series, Carnival Festival and Carnival Tropical are both to set debut in 2027 and 2028, respectively, each year carrying 5,400 passengers and weighing in at 183,900 gross tons. Then comes the trio of ACE-class giants, each staggering 23,000 gross ton with capacity of 6,200 cruiser. There are mega ships and expected to arrive in 2029, 2030, and 2033. If you're a Carnival Cruise Line addict, then that's the information for you. If you are a Celebrity Cruise Line is keeping the Edge class alive and strong. The Celebrity Excel, which is debuting in November of this year, is scheduled for a 2025 debut, followed by a 6th Edge class sister and ship in 2028. Both will accommodate around 3,260 guests on their ships, Celebrity Sleeks and Sophisticated Edge over premium cruising. Okay, if we're going to go to Disney, guys, listen, Samara, because this information is for you, my love. Disney Cruise Line is on a magical building spree. I love how they worded that. With 6 new vessels in works, the Disney Destiny, the Disney Adventure, and both launching in 2025. With the Adventure leading the fleet in size and space for 6,000 guests. Another Wish-class ship is set for 2027, and a brand new class of smaller ships will begin debuting in 2029 through 2031, each welcoming 4,000 guests aboard. So that is for Disney. MSC Cruise Lines. MSC isn't letting up to their global growth. Already known for the rapid expansion, MSC will launch 2 more world-class ships in the coming years: the MSC World Asia in 2026 and the MSC World Atlantic in 2027. These ships are welcoming 5,400 passenger and boosts of massive onboard innovation. NCL Cruise Line, so Norwegian Cruise Line, is also going full throttle with 7 ships on order, including the first mega ship series reaching a gross tonnage of 225,000. The Norwegian Luna launches in 2026, followed by 2 more Prima class ships, 2027 and 2028, beginning of 2030, and continuing throughout 2036. A branded new mega ships will be expected to debut, each building up to 6,200 guests and poised to redefine New Region's fleet. Man, that is crazy how many ships they're building. Princess Cruise Line will welcome its largest ship ever, which is the Star Princess in 2025, and part of the Sphere class. They're also building, she's about 4,300 passengers, set to sail the bar for the Elegance in Princess Cruise Line, which is only that one ship. Royal Caribbean, what we're talking about today, the undisputed heavyweight of the cruise world. I love how they worded that too. Has more thrilling ships coming soon. The Legend of the Seas arrive on 2026 with rooms for 5,600 guests, and the 4th Icon class is followed by 2027. And then the 7th Oasis ship will join the fleet in 2028, clocking in at 231 gross tons. And that one's going to have about 5,700 passengers with Royal Signature Bold style, and that's not even including their other class of ships that are smaller that are coming down the road. Virgin Voyages, if you like Virgin Voyage always redefined the adult cruise experience. In addition to the Brilliant Lady in the fall of 2025, she will carry only 2,700 passengers. So besides the Brilliant Lady, which she's already out there, no other ships are being made for right now for Virgin Voyage. So that is the information of all of the ships that are coming in, brand new until like 2036. I had a customer, guys, that I talked to today, and I've been talking to this customer for about 3 months now. And he was mentioning to me this morning that he likes to travel out of Tampa, but because he didn't want to do the drive to Orlando, right? And I was talking to him a couple of months ago, and I was telling him, what ships are in Orlando, Miami, and all of that stuff, trying to see if maybe he would like something different. So this morning when I talked to him, it was nice to talk to my client this morning, because he was telling me that he visited the Jetty Park, and he was there for a whole week with his son. And he's like, oh my God, like I didn't realize how much I was missing out when I saw all these massive ships coming in and out of the port. So now he expanded his travels to now Port Canaveral, which makes me happy, because I know he's going to be able to get into like the bigger ships and be able to see like all, bigger ships than the one here in Tampa, because the Tampa ships are all small. Hello, Controversial Cruising. Hi, Scott. How are you? Welcome in, sir. Thank you so much for being here. So when I hear that information, it makes me happy that they're expanding, my customers expanding to something bigger, but also you got to keep in mind that there's new ships. So his question was to me, which I'm going to share this with you guys, because maybe a lot of you guys don't know this information. He was saying, Jackie, so how come before COVID, I could have gotten on a cruise for like dirt cheap and cruise anywhere last minute? And how come we can't find that today? That was his question. And that is very true. Back before the pandemic, you could have just gotten last minute, deals for really cheap. You could have even, I don't know how many of you guys knew this, but you could have even gone to the port on the same day that cruise left, and there was a cabin, they will sell it out, and you just get on your cruise and boom, you leave on that day. Those things you can no longer do. They're building more ships because the demand of cruising is so high that we as travel advisors are having so much problems trying to get our own clients on a ship. If Margot is here, she is. Hi, CCA. Thank you so much for being here, sir. If Margot is here, she could probably attest to this, or if you're a travel advisor. Guys, when even if you look for next year, half of those ships are already sold to capacity. That's the reason why Royal Caribbean, Carnival, New Regent, Holland, Princess, all of the cruise lines are building more and more ships because the demand is going up, guys. The demand is not the same demand that was 5 years ago. You're not going to find the deals that you used to find 5 years ago. In order for you to find those deals as a travel advisor, and I've been doing this for almost 5 years, you have to book a year to a year and a half in advance. That's when you get the deals. And I'm not saying that it's all the times. There might be some times where there's a ship. I just booked a lady for October of this year on Enchantment of the Seas leaving out of Tampa, 2 rooms. It was $1,300 because it was a 4-day cruise. So you could still find the deals. You got to be flexible though. But if you want to get into like, you know, the Mardi Gras, the celebration, you know, even the one in Galveston, the Jubilee, and or Utopia, Icon, Star of the Seas, guys, you have to do it with advance notice. The longer that you prolong it and the closer to the date that you're sailing, the more you're going to have to come out of pocket. We talk about this all of the time with all of our customers because a lot of people don't realize that it's no longer what it used to be before the pandemic. A lot has changed and a lot is going to continue to change. So if you work with an Expedia travel advisor, and I'm not saying this because I work for Expedia, guys, I'm just letting you know because I love you guys to the moon and back, and I want you guys to have that understanding. If you work with a travel advisor that is under the Expedia umbrella, like Margot, like me, and many others, and I say Margot because Margot is here in the chat, but she works in our office. We have Expedia exclusive group rates, what is called the EES groups. And we have them on Royal Caribbean, we have them on Celebrity and most of the fleets. So what that means is that we take a whole bunch of cabins way in advance. And then we bring those cabins to you guys at a lower cost. And on top of that, we actually give you onboard credit to go with it to sweeten the deal. Not only you're getting a lower rate, but you're also getting onboard credit as a perk. And when you look at these, if you're under Expedia, you will find those deals. But if you're working with a travel advisor, that travel advisor can help you as well. But if you were to just go to Royal Caribbean, you're not going to see the Expedia group rates under Royal Caribbean. You're not going to see it on the Vacations to Go. You're not going to see it on the Costco. You're not going to see it under all of that. And I have customers, guys, they have come from Costco. And I have customers that don't like the Costco customer service. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, Costco gives you a $200 gift card. At the same time, what are you getting? Working with Costco, you get the same price as Royal Caribbean. You're getting a $200 Costco card that you're not going to receive until you get back from your cruise 60 days after. And how do I know this? Because I have a Costco account and I know how Costco works. But what you don't get with Costco is the customer service. That's what you don't get with Costco. Neither with Vacations to Go, neither with most of the other travel things out there. And that's what if you're looking to work with a good travel advisor and you have one, then you have, make sure that person has an extensive amount of knowledge that is able to use, that you're able to use that person and give you that knowledge and also help you with the better deals. If you're looking for something really, really, really cheap, then you have to expand your dates because sometimes we can find them, but it might not be for the dates that you want. But also, if you're looking for something cheap, then you travel off peak. Try to travel off peak season and you'll find the better deals. But Port Canaveral, guys, is growing. Miami is growing. I don't know if you guys heard that Port Canaveral, they're actually going to build a couple of new, how do you call it? Oh my God, now I forgot what they're building over there. They're building some of these like new, I think Royal Caribbean is building a new building over there for their ships. And Miami's expanding. And if you're looking at from a cruiser perspective on a client, you see all of these things are going up and they're building new ships. That's letting you guys know that the demand is there. Since the pandemic up until today, we have got, I think, about 19 to 24 million more cruisers. The generations, we're getting newer generations in the cruise industry. So now we have anywhere between 20, which it was, less people in that age, but now we're getting like the new Gen Zs and all these generations that are going into and weirdly so, Holland America, they also have a younger crowd sailing on Holland America, because the statistics of all of this is out there. If you want to look into like how many people are cruising today versus 5 years ago, it's out there, and just Google it and you'll find it. It's not something that is new, but I'm just letting you guys know this so that you guys are knowledgeable when you're booking your cruise. Make sure that you have a good travel advisor, one that is knowledgeable and that you're happy with them, that the service that they provide, that you're happy with them, that when you call that person picks up the phone and helps you, and also what are their hours of work, because I know a whole lot of people that only work Monday through Friday. But if you want that person on a Saturday or on a Friday or on a Sunday, are you going to be able to get that person on the line for you? Because it has happened, guys. It's happened where some people wait till the last minute and they say, oh, if I don't book by midnight tonight, I lose the deal. Where's my travel advisor? She doesn't work till Monday and today's Sunday. What am I going to do? So make sure that when you're looking for a travel advisor, make sure you have one that is friendly, that is knowledgeable, that is going to work for you and your family, that is there when you need her. These are all the things that you gotta ask, and get to know that person. And once that travel advisor knows you personally, it makes the life very simple, because now you have that relationship with them and they know exactly what you like. And if they see a special or whatever that they might think that you might enjoy or you might want to go, they'll send it out your way. And I say this because I love you guys, and I get so many calls during the day, and there's people out there that have zero clue half of the time how the cruise industry works and why it is the way that it is. And when I was speaking to this customer today, it made me think and realize that not everybody out there know this information. So make sure you keep up with the news, with the information, whoever you get the news, the cruise news from. There's plenty of YouTubers out there that give you the news every single day. So make sure you keep up with that information, kind of research it, all of that stuff. And we're always here for you guys. I'm always here. Whenever you all need me, I always you guys have my phone number. It's not a number that goes to an office. It's my cell number that I provide. You have my email. And I always tell you guys, even if you don't purchase that from me, but you have a question, I'll be more than happy to answer that question for you guys. And that is part of what I enjoy doing. That's the reason why I'm in the business that I am, because this is what I love to do. And it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. When you're having a good time in your job and you're enjoying it, it makes it even more like it's just glorifying to me, to be honest, to be able to talk to you guys and help you guys out in anything that you guys need. That's the reason that I opened the YouTube channel, so that I can bring out this information to you guys. And like when this breaking news came out, I said, I got to talk about it, because this is something that is going to impact a lot of people. Because think about it, you have a lot of people that they can drink for whatever reasons. They have medical, religious purposes or whatever. And now if they're implementing it that way, that there's zero exemptions, that's going to be probably a situation. But at the same time, it's going to be one of those where the person's going to have to say, okay, I really want to go cruising, and I'm going to have to deal with the situation and not buy the drink package. Or if I buy the drink package, then the other person that has the drink package might have to drink the non-alcoholic ones. That's the price that, we're going to have to pay. Why? Because a lot of people took advantage of it. That's just the way it is. People took advantage of it. They say, you know what? That's it. No more. We're not doing this anymore. And now they took it completely off. Now nobody's going to get an exemption. And it's just sad, because I know that there's a lot of people that are honest people out there that really need, they do use these exemptions. But hopefully, I'm hoping that Royal Caribbean will at least give exemptions to the true people that really are doing what they're supposed to do. But we don't know. But I know that it's on the special needs form. So if in any case, just submit it. And if you get lucky, then, and if it gets approved, then there you go. So, oh, Miss Nancy saying hello to the CCA. Hello, CCA. Welcome in. CCA has been hot and loaded with all this stuff. I've been watching their channel, so go check out their channel. They have good stuff over there. But yeah, guys, so that's one of the things that I wanted to bring, to you guys and let you guys know, not only the situation with the drink package, but I also wanted to let you know how many more ships were coming through. Next Tuesday, I'm going to do a live stream here next Tuesday because we're going to be preparing to going on Star of the Seas. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So traveling with Tinkerbell would be in Star of the Seas. And I'm going to have some, we're going to be doing some live streaming from over there. I'm working right now trying to figure out the timing because I just got my schedule and that thing is full to the brim. I'm like, oh my God, like what time do I do this live stream? Because I'm going to be on the ship by 10:30. Is my arrival time is at 10:30 on Wednesday of next week. So I have a few things that I got to do, and I'm going to film all the different cabin types for you guys and all of that. So we're going to have a couple of vlogs coming. Like we're going to have we're going to have a cabin tour vlog, a ship tour vlog. We're going to have a specialty dining vlog. So that's going to be 3. And then I'm thinking of doing like 2 live streams. Across the Wave will not be on Wednesday at 8 p.m. I might have to push Across the Wave for Friday, but I'm going to be having a live stream for us here on this channel on Thursday. I just need to figure out what time. So if you are subscribed to the channel with the bell on, make sure that you keep that bell on if you really want to see Star of the Seas, Star of the Seas, because I know I'm going to be doing a live stream on Wednesday. I just don't know what time yet because I got to figure out some times and things like that. And I'm going to be doing one on Thursday. So instead of doing my regular vlog that comes out on Thursday, I'm going to do another live stream on Thursday and another one on Friday for Across the Wave. So I put some information on my Traveling with Tinkerbell on Facebook. Please make sure that if there's something that you want to see, send me a message on Traveling with Tinkerbell on Facebook or on Instagram, or text me at 813-608-2935, or send me an email at jagonzalez@expediacruises.com and let me know what is it that you want to see so that I can kind of have everything, down, so that when I get there, because I'm going to start studying the ship so that I can know where to find everything and not be lost on that day, because our ship is massive, as what I heard. That way I can be able to show you what you want to see. And because I'm going to have 3 live streams. So in one of those live streams, I can, pretty much maybe stop by there, because every live stream that I'm going to do is not going to be like a full ship tour, but I'm going to show you parts of the different ships on different dates so that you can have, different things. And you're going to have a full ship tour vlog coming out as well, and a specialty dining, and then the cabin tour. I don't know if I'm going to do, because I think they have about 25 plus bars. Let me see, because I took an actual picture. It's a lot of information, guys. Trust and believe, it's a lot of info. Let me see. Okay, I didn't do it on this phone. I know that I got some information from Royal Caribbean, because they send you, all this information so you can prep ahead of time for your cruise. Okay, here it is. So there's 20 total decks, 2,350 crews, 2,805 staterooms, 5,610 guests on this ship. The maiden voyage is going to be on August 31st of 2025. The godmother is Donna Summer. So yeah, I can. So let me see. Bars. They have, for bars, they have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's 21 bars on this ship. And they have 8 neighborhoods. They have other amenities, kind of like the Absolute Zero Aqua Theater, the Carousel, Casino Royale, Conference Room, Fitness Center, Flow Rider, Jogging Track, Laser Tag, Medical Center, Mini Golf Pools, Rock Climbing Walls, Royal Escape Room. Oh, I'm going to have to check that out. Royal Theater, Sports Court, the Groove Suites, Sun Deck, the Overlook Pods, the Pearl to Drive For, I'm not sure what that is, Vitality Spa, Room powered by Starlink, and Whirlpools. They also have for dining. Hello and welcome in. Dining is crazy, guys. This is insane. For dining on this ship, they have Aquadome Market, Base Camp, Coastal Kitchen, Dining Room, El Loco Fresh, Park Cafe, Pearl Cafe, Sorrento's, Sprinkles, Surfside Bites, Surfside Eatery, The Groove, and Windjammer. Now, specialty dinings, Celebration Table, Chef's Table, Chops Table, Deserted, Giovanni's Italian Kitchen and Wine Bar. We actually have we're going to be going there. Hook Seafood, Izumi in the Park, Lincoln Park, which is new. It's called the Lincoln Park Supper Club. It's new there. They actually have it in Icon, but this is the Lincoln Park Supper Club. Starbucks, for those Starby persons. Sugar Beach, which is great. The Trellis Bar and the Vitality. That's just insane. That's just all of your specialty dinings, guys. That's crazy. For bars, they have the 1400 Lobby Bar, Boleros, Bubbles, Cantina Fresca, the Dueling Pianos, Hideaway Bar, Lou's Jazz and Blues Musical Hall, Playmaker Sports, Bar and Arcade, Ryan Bean, the Schooner Bar, the Night Karaoke. They have Gym and Tonic, I think it is, the Attic, the Lemon Post, the Lime and Coconut, the Overlook, Thorn, and Thistle. This place have Surfside categories, Aquadome, Crown Edge, Ultimate Family, Townhouses. Those are the highlights. And we're going to be actually getting an opportunity to see it all. We're going to see the entire ship, all the different types of cabins, all of the specialty dinings, and all of that stuff. So yeah, I have a lot of work ahead of me, and I'm looking forward to everything. I'm going to try my best to do as much as I can on day 1 so that I can actually be able to enjoy the ship on day 2 and 3, because we're only going to be there for we're leaving Wednesday. We get back on Saturday. So I'm only there for a little bit of time. So thank you, Royal Caribbean, for the actual invite. I appreciate the invite. So if you're hearing this, thank you so very much for that. I will have to come back. I will have to come back and watch the replay. They asked to stay extra 2 hours of work. I will leave the rest of the live running. Thank you so much, and let me know what you think about the replay when you watch it, and enjoy your two extra hours at work. How big is the casino? Do they have a non-smoking casino? I can check on that information out for you, Mama Nancy. I'll let you know. Once I'm on board, I'll write it down on my pad of things to do and things to find out, and I'll definitely let you know. Hello, David. How are you, sir? Welcome in. David and I are actually doing a show, guys, on August 21st. David, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's either at 6 or at 7. We're gonna put a show together. I'm gonna be in Dave's show. So on that day, you guys gotta come check us out. We're gonna be talking about 2 different cruises that he wants me to check for him, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I love working with Dave and the Disney team. They're amazing people, and I gotta have a little bit of more time to spend a little bit of time with them over there. What type of room did you get for your stay? I got an actual balcony cabin. I'm on deck 12. I'm not going to tell you my balcony number, but I'm on deck 12, middle of the ship. Can you believe it? They gave me a great, and I think I'm on the starboard side. So deck 12, middle of the ship. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I was like, oh my God, I got a balcony cabinet. I thought it was maybe going to be like an interior or something like that. No, I got a balcony. Could you imagine if I would have gotten the ultimate suite? I would have been, hey, who else wants to come with me? um, Way to go, Ting. Congrats, Ting, and that's sweet of Royal to invite you. Thank you, Miss M. Love you, girl. And hopefully you're enjoying your time at your job. M is working right now, just like we are. I'm working. I'm working. I'm always working. But yeah, guys. So if you guys have questions, we're gonna have my Tuesday show. It's gonna be talking about Star of the Seas. I'm gonna prepare a little bit more information of the ship if you guys are interested in that. And if you guys have any questions, something that you want to see, make sure you bring it, put it on the comments, and I'm going to write all of that down so that when I go on Wednesday, I'm ready to bring you that information out to you guys. It's very important for me to bring that information to you guys because maybe that's something that you might be interested in, maybe checking it out, Start of the Seas. And I'm super excited. I'm over the moon happy. I'm not going to lie to you guys, because when I got the invitation for Icon, I wasn't able to assist to that invitation. And graciously enough that Royal Caribbean, they invited me to star, and I'm like, yes, I'm going on this one. So I have not seen Icon, my girly girl. I have not seen her yet, but I am going to schedule a ship tour on her because it's one of those cruises that I have never seen. So I want to see it. And I know the Star is kind of like the sister ship and they look alike, but there's always something different. So, hey, Angie, hello, my love. Welcome in. When is you guys' next cruise? Put it on the comments. I would like to know when is your next cruise. And then when I get back from Star, the following Tuesday, when I get back from Star, I do have an announcement for you guys. So, yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. You never know. I might, you know what? I might get something from Star of the Seas and raffle it out for you guys. What do you guys think? Would you guys like something like that? I could probably get you guys something that says Star of the Seas in Niagara. It's like the first, like there's no customers there. So I could probably grab something really cool. And you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get you guys something from Star of the Seas, and then we're going to raffle it here on the show and see who wins it. And then I'll ship it out to you guys. And you guys will have a little piece of Star of the Seas before anybody was able, before any customers, because there's a lot of people that are on Star right now, but before any customer set sail on Star. So definitely, I'm going to get you guys something that says Star of the Seas, and we'll raffle it out here and I'll ship it to you guys. So Angie says she's leaving November 3rd. Ooh, Angie, look at you. Where are you going? What's the cruise line? What cruise line are you going? Look at Miss Mama Nancy. Mama Nancy, yes, I'm gonna win that one. I'm going with my daughter, Sophie. Sophie's lucky, She's gonna be going with me on Star Carnival. Ooh, nice. I love Carnival. Carnival I'm looking forward to going on that celebrity, what is called Celebration Key. I actually got a really cool package that somebody brought me kindly enough, which it was my manager from Expedia. He brought me a really cool little Celebration Key bag from one of the trips that he did. And this was a while back, and I've had that bag for a little bit that says Celebration Key. So it's really cool. So thank you to my manager for that. Are you excited to meet the golden retriever on Star? You know what, Samara? I need to take a picture. Hopefully I can find it, because according, that ship is huge. So if I'm going to have my phone with me at all times, my camera is always with me. But if in any case that my camera was not with me, I have my phone, I could still vlog it or take a picture at least and then post it. Check out my Traveling with Tinkerbell Instagram on there, because I'm going to be posting pictures on a daily on Star. I might even come out live for a little bit so that you guys can see. It's just going to be super exciting. I don't think that this is the naming ceremony. This is just to go check it out. So I don't think that we're going to have all of that craziness going on. I'm just hoping that the Wi-Fi is good enough so that we can, well, that I can bring it out to you guys live. And I'm going to try to do a live stream on Wednesday before we leave so that the Wi-Fi is working so that you guys can see it. So that's why I'm saying subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed. Put that bell to use so that when I come live, you guys get the notification. He will be both in photo passports. Are you excited? Okay, so let me see. My wife used to love to bring the camera. I don't take many pictures. I'll tell you, my camera is with me at all times, no matter whether I go to the dining, wherever I go, it's with me because you never know what you're going to find. And trust and believe, there's been times where I have sometimes left it behind because I'm like, oh, nothing's going to whatever. And then something happens. I have to take my cell phone, record it on my cell phone. So it's kind of like a different when you see it from one camera perspective and the other one. But yeah, I'm going to use my 1 terabyte. Yes, guys, I actually have a 1 terabyte, SIM card is what it's called. That's the one that I used. No, it's not one. Is it 1 terabyte? I think it is 1 terabyte. That's the one that I used in Europe. And when I finish in Europe, according to my son, we have 568 videos. That's how many videos I took for you guys, 568. So compiling it all together, we have about 18 vlogs that are coming from Europe. We were supposed to start Europe this Thursday, but we're going to do Animal Kingdom. I visited Animal Kingdom with my grandson, Kingston. So you guys are going to see another vlog of me and Kingston. And then following that, I postponed Europe because Star of the Seas was coming. So we're going to do Star. And then once we're done with Star, we're going to start our Europe trip. So if you're looking forward to seeing the Europe trip, you're going to have to wait a little bit more because I know that a lot of people want to see Star. And there's a lot of vloggers, guys. There are a lot of vloggers that are going to be in Star. I think starting the 20th of August. So I'm going to be there from the 13th to the 16th. And then there's another one from the 16th to the 20, and then the 20 to the 24, the 25. And then I think there's a couple of 4-dayers in there. And then it starts their 7-day sailing. And the 31st of August is going to be their naming ceremony and all of that stuff. And I think the way they did it is because there was some sort of delay. So they wanted to make sure that, it was fair for the people that actually pay all this money to go on the first sailing. Harlan, casino sounds great. I spent a lot of time in the casino. They don't like you to take pictures there. They don't. The casino, you cannot take any videos. Usually when I take a video on the casino, it's either when the ship is docked somewhere that the casino, there's nobody, it's like just the machine. So I go in there and I take a video of it. And that's the only way to do it. But if there's people in there, that you're not allowed to go in there with a full camera. Well, my camera is very small, but you're not able to go in there and just record. And I wouldn't want to, kind of like record people playing. That's kind of like personal kind of thing for them. Unless I'm doing like a live stream and we walk, fairly quickly through the casino, then that's a different story because that's nothing you can do. You cannot shut the live and until you walk there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out Celebration Key. I'm looking forward to checking out the Royal Bahamas new private island, checking out Perfect Day in Mexico. So there's going to be a lot of good things coming to the channel down the road. I'm also building a new group cruise that is going to be a little bit down the road too. So there's a lot of stuff that is coming to you guys. So you just got to keep in touch with the channel, because it might be one of those group cruises that you might want to just jump in and say, you know what, I'm going on this one. So there's a lot of cool stuff that is coming down the road. Next year, I'm still trying to figure out my agenda for next year, because as you guys know, one of my daughters is getting married next year. So we were supposed to go to Alaska, and now that Alaska cruise is going to have to be pushed to 2027. And yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not going to vlog the wedding, just in case if you're thinking about it, but but we do have a bachelorette party on a cruise, and I'm not going to record her private bachelorette stuff, but I might just record the cruise part of it. So it's going to be a lot of fun, next year, a lot of fun family stuff that we're doing, and also travel, through as a travel advisor, I always like to travel, see new ships and things like that, to bring that information out to you guys. Um, Nancy says, I'm like Keith. I always try, Nancy. I always try to record everything that I can to bring it down to you guys. But yeah, so hopefully you guys are having a good Tuesday, and thank you guys for spending this hour with me. It means the world to me. Every time I do the Tuesday show, that you guys continue to come to the show, because it shows that even if we're a party of one or a party of 1,000, it's so cool to see you guys come back. And we're growing little by little, and it's fine. It's always, I like to grow the channel little by little. We're getting closer to 30,000 subscribers, but I like to grow the channel, little by little, so that it automatically does is what it needs to do. And yeah, and could you imagine down the road, maybe in a few years, there's more people coming in. You guys have been here since day one, and that's amazing, and it's so cool. So thank you guys. Without you guys, I couldn't possibly do everything that I do, for sure, because you guys, coming here, it gives me of something to do for you and bring you that information. We're also going to be going to Disney this month. I'm actually going to Disney a couple of times this month, but there's a brand new parade, and I'm going to record it, and I'm going to put it out there so that you guys can see the brand new parade in the Magic Kingdom. I have a date with Martine on August 23rd. So I'm bringing the camera along. So it's going to be a date between my husband and I and the camera. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll see. We'll see what else I bring you, But with that being said, it's almost 8 o'clock, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for being part of the channel. I love you guys all to the moon and back. Please stay safe, and may God bless each and every one of you guys. Love you all to the moon and back. That's right, Dave. Starlight, I can't wait to see it, because guess who's out there? Tinkerbell, and she is actually on the street walking. She's no longer inside of one of those how do you call it, the parade thing. She's actually on the street walking, and I cannot wait to see her. So you guys are going to see all of that, and you're going to see my excitement, because I love Tinkerbell. And she's actually right here with me. Look, here she is. Here's my little Tinky. So I'm going to be taking her on those times. So, but anyways, with that being said, I love you guys. Toodaloo. Hasta luego. Bye-bye.